touched on this in another video, but in the words of Angela Nyquist, who asked for this, and that's why it's kind of its own video, is because if you really don't care about this, you don't have to click on it. There's nothing substantial in this video. There's nothing, well, shouldn't say substantial, to each their own. If you don't care about this, there's nothing substantial. Oh, wow. If you don't care about this, there's nothing substantial in this video. But if you do care about this, this is my thoughts. This is where we are. I wish I wouldn't have done my makeup, then we could have done like a chatty get ready with me video, but right now this is just chatty anything goes video. I have a notepad here, even though there's only 4 things written on it, but they're things I want to talk about, which is Jaclyn Hill, Huda Beauty, Alyssa, and mental health. I kind of give her name away. Anyways, let's talk about Jaclyn Hill. Let's just jump into it. I'm a Jaclyn Hill lover. I was a big supporter from day one. I bought everything she put out with, from like Sigma brushes to questionable Morphe palettes. I just decluttered my Gerard Cosmetics lipsticks, which, if you're wanting to know, I thought they were decent lipsticks. Decent. Oh my god. I thought they were decent lipsticks. I'm not going to touch on her past collaborations, but all I'm going to say, I've been really upset about the comments I've been seeing on Twitter and Instagram, and I know the worst thing to fucking do when you're in like a midst of a crisis or whatever, is look at comments on the internet. But what I really don't like is these people, oh god, here's gonna show my age, these stans, I can't say that word without feeling ridiculous, but the people who are just like, I'm gonna support her, no fucks given, don't really care about what's going on, didn't happen to me, so it obviously didn't happen. The thing that really bothers me is that if you really did care about her, and you care about her business, and you want her to be long-term, you want it to be a sustainable brand, is you need to hold her accountable. You need to make sure that if something is wrong, that it's being pointed out. Oh, my bracelet's like, yeah, congratulations, 10,001 steps, thank you. But anyways, you need to hold her accountable, because if something she is doing is unethical or unmoral, she's not gonna last. If something she's doing is questionable, something she's doing could get her in legal trouble, it's not sustainable. So it's okay to support somebody, to be eager when somebody releases something, but if they're doing something that's wrong, hold them accountable to it, because that's the only way they're going to be able to move forward, is to be like, this is what's wrong, you need to fix this in order to move forward. And I think that's what's extremely disappointing about this. And I watched her, I'm so happy John watched this with me, because I watched her apology video the other day, or her stream on Instagram, and I'm like, you know what, I'm finally happy that she's like, in the video she said, I am sorry. And this is the ridiculous part about it, as I looked at John and I'm like, I'm so happy she finally apologized for what's going on. And he just looked at me and said, do you even know what she apologized for? Because I don't. And then looking back on the video, that was it. She never apologized for anything specific. It wasn't, I'm sorry people had questions about my product, I'm sorry people didn't like my product. It was just, I'm sorry this product isn't perfect. That could mean a million things. So I'm really happy John watched this with me, because he plays the devil's advocate in anything, whether it's against my opinion or for my opinion, depending where I am, he always throws something in there that's like, really? So I'm really happy for him for that. But it brought to light that, yeah, as much as she apologized, she didn't apologize for something specific. She apologized in a very vague kind of overall bubble. And really, girl, what are you apologizing for? Are you apologizing that this launch didn't go the way you wanted? Are you apologizing that you're going to have to refund people? Are you apologizing that the product was shitty, that the product had contaminants in it and you neglected it for so long? Are you sorry for the girl that you basically ridiculed on Twitter for not liking your product, even though there was something wrong with your product to begin with? Like, what are you apologizing for? And I don't want you to take this video as I don't like Jaclyn Hill. I guess as much as I hate myself for saying this, I still want her to succeed. I think somebody made a video the other day about how you cannot cancel Jaclyn Hill. I will link her down below. I can't remember her name. Is it Anya? Is it Anika? I don't think it's any of those. Fuck. I watched it. I'll link it. So at least that way she's in here. But it's kind of true, because what she provides to YouTube is still relevant to this day. It still helps people who don't have any idea with makeup. It helps people who do have an idea with makeup. Like, she's still very relevant, and that's the problem. But regardless of that, her product is not to, I don't even want to say to US standards, to European standards, Canadian standards. Her products aren't to selling standards in the bare minimum. Like, there are things in them. There are quality control issues that need to be dealt with. So we need to hold her accountable to this, whether she's relevant or not, whether what she provides to the market is relevant or not, whether you think she's pretty, you think she's talented, you think she has great recommendations, whatever it is, we need to hold her accountable, because if we want her to be successful, she has to be accountable for her actions. And that's where I'm gonna leave it, because I could ramble here for ages, is how I'm gonna leave it. So right now, if you're wanting to know, Jen, where are you? And maybe not for the whole, oh, I care about your opinion, but I have some friends on here who are always like, you said this, are you really sure about that? So those friends who are trying to make sure that my head's in the right space, my place with Jaclyn Hill right now is, I do think in technique wise, she still does hold relevant information. I have unsubscribed from her channel for the time being, just to give myself some distance, but I do think what she offers to YouTube is still relevant. I do think she can help educate people on how to blend well, what kind of colors can go good together, how, like, teaching people how to do basic smoky eyes. Like, I think she still has really good educational skills in that sense. Product and recommendation wise, I'm probably taking a step back for quite a while. And speaking of products that I'm taking a step back from quite a while, oh my god, this was so embarrassing. I say it's embarrassing, but it shouldn't be embarrassing for me. But I went to Sephora yesterday with 7 products I wanted to return. Oh my god, even saying that sounds fucking ridiculous. But yes, I brought 7 Huda Beauty Obsession palettes to return to Sephora. Now, I feel like this should be embarrassing on Huda's behalf, the fact that I did this, but she don't fucking care about a little girl from the prairies of Alberta, but whatever. I found a hair in one of my products, I found a fiber in one of my products, and I also found mold in one of my products. Now, when Huda came out, I thought, these little obsession palettes are fucking genius. Like, these are brilliant. If you construct them the proper way, if you market them the proper way, these could be brilliant. Like, she had a really good idea that I feel quality wise, one, was questionable, but then also two, seeing these new neon palettes that come out with, I'm like, also questionable. But a hair in one, I was talking with, was it Goldworks on here, about how after this Jaclyn Hill thing, I dove into my collection and I was like, how are my lipsticks? How is the rest of the products in my collection? Like, I did a thorough cleaning of my collection to make sure everything was still in working order. And I'm starting to realize that maybe contaminants in products are inevitable, and maybe it's a lot more common than we think, but at what point do you cross the barrier of acceptable standards of contaminants to unacceptable? Now, I'm going to say it right away, the level of Jaclyn Hill contaminants right now with her lipsticks, that in my mind is unacceptable. Seemed to be more people who were unhappy than who were happy. But with Huda, yes, maybe I had 2 palettes that had something in them. I have not heard a lot of people who have had problems with contaminants in Huda palettes, so maybe I was just shit out of luck. Maybe people aren't saying anything about it. I don't know, but for me personally, that was enough to be like, we need a break. So I returned 7 of my products, but I just want to point it out there, it's enough to make you think, what level is acceptable to you for contaminants in a product? Was I shit out of luck? I just pulled a piece of plastic out of my Becca face palette the other day. Like, clearly this happens more than people think, Well, I say that because it's happened to me, so maybe if it hasn't happened to you, you're kind of like, girl, like you're stretching there. But clearly this happens. It happens in general. Whether it happens more than you think, whether it still happens on a minuscule level, it happens. But what level for you personally is enough to be like, that's it? And to me, it was a level of, I first found a thread in my Huda pink obsessions, and it fucking sucks because I love that palette. The pink one was so cute. The orange one I would say is the most unique. Pink was super cute. Green, you had to like what was going on in there in order for that to be worth it. That's my overall opinion of that. But a fiber in my pink one, like that fiber was fucking long. That fiber was over an inch long. Then I pulled a hair out of my neon green obsessions, and I was like, okay, I think that's it for me. But then I try to repress my shadows out of my Desert Dusk. And this is the part where I really hemmed and hawed about it on a personal level, is because Desert Dusk is a little bit old at this point. So is it storage conditions? Is it maybe the environment that I live in? Maybe my eyeshadows don't survive that well in the environment that I live in. Like, who fucking knows at this point? Like, it's been too long to blame the Desert Dusk mold issue on Huda, and I'm gonna say that like straight up. You cannot blame this issue on her. However, I have heard that certain glitter formulas are more prone to mold issues than others, so it's possible she could have used one of those methods. But then at that point, it's surpassed the date that she put on the back of her palette saying, oh, this is only good for 12 months, it's good for 6 months. It surpassed that by far. So just putting that out there, be careful with your Cosmo glitter in your Desert Dust palette, because it is possible there's mold underneath there. But that was the straw for me. I'm like, within a week span, I found mold, I found a fiber, and I found a hair. That's it. And plus the fact that I had just found a piece of plastic in a completely irrelevant product given to what I was dealing with. I was just like, you know what, I'm done. So I returned 7 palettes to Sephora, and it's funny, I knew her. Like, okay, I was about to say shout out to Ritu at Kingsway, because shout out to her, she put up with my 7 returns and was super nice throughout the whole thing. You could tell she was flustered. I returned shit on a Saturday. I know customer service people are looking at me like, you returned anything on a Saturday? I returned 7 things on a Saturday. So shout out to her because she did great. But it still fucking sucks to return 7 things, because those palettes could have been great. I feel like there was some changes I would have made to the palettes in general, minus taking out the hairs and the fibers and the mold. Like, I didn't pay for that, but thank you. But even the color scheme I would have changed a little bit. So as a whole, with that Huda thing, I am very upset. I'm taking a break from Huda. She is with Jaclyn Hill right now. She is sitting in a corner being like, I see you, I watch what you're doing, and I'm taking notes. That's it. As simple as that. I'm taking notes. I'm seeing how you're handling everything, and I'm going to try and talk myself out of you, but I know deep down you're kind of like that shitty boyfriend I had in 8th grade who was super abusive to me, that I'm like, I'm gonna keep coming back to you, and I hope John holds me accountable and is like, no, we've moved on from that. So that's where I am. Saying that, I don't think Jaclyn Hill or Huda is abusive. I just think they're 2 people in a high position that are not doing what they should with their power that they have. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the addiction to it is like that abusive ex-boyfriend you had when you were in 8th grade. Shout out to that asshole and the one after him. We're not here to talk about that. What else? I have on here mental health and Alyssa, and I want to end on Alyssa because she's a happy, exciting note. My mental health update is, I'm going to say it's neutral. It's got some ups, it's got some downs, so let's just get into it. I used to do some panning products on my mental health, but then, oh my god, it's been a fucking struggle. It hasn't been a year yet. And it's funny because I'm kind of looking forward to the year mark to see exactly how well or bad things have gone in a year, or, you know, the bits of both, how well or bad things have gone. Right now, I am so thankful. So shout out to Erica. I'm not going to put a last name or anything on there, but shout out to Erica. She helped me get a job that I currently have right now. And as much as the job has its stressful times, it's one of those like ideal jobs that you can leave those stressful times at work. Or if you bring them home, you can just like tell somebody about it, laugh it off and let it go. Like this job, I hadn't worked for almost over a year when I took this job. And this was like that ideal job that you want, like you would be like, you know, if I can get a job after not working for almost a year, this would be it. Like the stress level on it is great. Like it's doable. This is what you wish your stress level at a job would be like. So I'm really thankful to that. So thank you to Erica, who would probably never ever sit through one of these videos because it's not her personality, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But I'm putting it out in the universe that I am thankful for the fact that you helped me get this job. Aside on that, on mental health, the bad things are not over with. There's something coming up in September I am not looking forward to, but you know what has to be done has to be done. And you know what, maybe in September we'll be sitting here with jello shots and streamers and glitter canyon. You know what, I've talked about glitter canyons for so fucking long. September 17th, it's a Tuesday. September 7th, I'm gonna say 17th. Either 16th or 17th, we're gonna come on here and we're gonna have a fucking glitter canyon. And you know what, we're gonna make it live because I don't want to edit that shit. That is the day that either things are going to be really good or bad. So if it's bad, we're going to shoot that glitter canyon and we're going to be like, anything on a go forward is going to be on a positive note. And if it comes out on a positive note, we're going to be like, we deserve this. Even though we technically deserve this, whether it turns out good or bad, we deserve this. And I am looking forward to that glitter canyon. And hold on one second. Shouldn't have to write this down. Glitter canyon. Hey, Charisse. Or that might be, it might be Charisse or it might be Sarah, but either way, glitter canyon, September, it's a promise. I don't care if I have to make it myself and just blow it from my hands or have like put it all on top of a hairdryer and like shoot it out. It's happening. So needless to say, mental health, it felt like things were not going good for a while, but things are slowly on the up and up. The only bad thing is like I gained 10 pounds at my new job. If you watch my drop 10 updates, you'll know that I gained 10 pounds instead of losing 10 pounds. And you know what? I'm not going to fret about it just because I finally found a job that I'm comfortable at. Like, there's obviously things I'm learning. Like, you learn something from every job, but there's things I'm learning. There's new techniques. There's new characteristics about me that are developing. Like, there's new aspects, but overall, this job, it's very positive so far, and I hope it stays that way because I'm thankful right now for all the shit that's going on in my life that I have that positive thing to look forward to. So you know what? Shout out to that job. Maybe one day I'll be able to say you by name, but I don't want to say it while I'm working there because it's the internet. You never know what happens. Last but not least, I saved you, Alyssa, to the end, not because I don't... Anyways, we're just going to jump into... I saved you to the end mainly because I wanted this to end on a positive note, but I have a friend who is considering joining YouTube, and I don't know, my whole thoughts when it comes to YouTube is just do it. There's private features if you don't want anybody to see your videos and you just want the practice of talking to a camera and uploading, or maybe you need to learn how to do descriptions or tags or something. Then there's unlisted, which you can talk to friends per se. And like I told her these things, don't you worry, I'm not just telling you guys, but I told her these things and I really hope she does it. Like, you always hear those YouTubers go, oh, I wish it was back in the day when we all supported each other. Well, instead of wishing, just do it. And so that's where I'm at right now. Like, I feel this platform is so large, there's room here for another one. And Alyssa, that includes you. So if you're watching this, this is my shout out to you that, you know what, if you decide you want to do it, I'm here for you. And you know, maybe there's people on here who are like, what type of content can she offer? Trust me that if she does upload something, I will let you guys know. And in that sort of sense, maybe I want to take the time to shout out some channels. You hear people making videos of their top 10 YouTubers right now. So top prospect, Alyssa. I think Alyssa could do great when it comes to home decor, home lifestyle etiquette kind of videos, even fashion. Like, I even told her when I worked with her, like, I'd take her shopping. She could, if I ever became famous, she would be my personal fashion assistant. Like, she's fucking cute as a button, but she's also got a very keen eye for decor, for fashion, for just making things aesthetically pleasing. So, you know, I really hope you do put out videos because I would probably watch them and like tweak my spaces to your critique. So I really do think there's a place on here for you. And that's just that. Now, moving on, I would also say Amanda D and Jessica Lee are two people who, and Brandy Kirby, sorry honey, are the people who have supported me most, as well as Paula at A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It, are my 4 panning people that I promptly want to point out. Not only are they great for keeping you accountable, not only are they great for writing in cap blocks to you when you mess up, just to make sure that, you know, somebody's watching you and somebody is holding you accountable. So shout out Amanda. Making sure you read your books on a regular basis. But like, it's in a loving way. Like, I joke about it, but it is definitely in a loving way. People who want you to do better. So shout out to those 4 people. If you're in the panning community, or if you just want something light to watch, like, I don't know, I recommend them. And you know what, fuck, even if you're just looking for something to throw on in the background, like, I don't think they're background videos, but even just in the slightest, if you watch their videos, I think they can add something to you. The positivity, the wanting to use what they have. It's not even a minimalistic lifestyle per se. It's just getting out of something. There's a fly right there. But getting out of something what you should be getting out of it. I think they're all great in that. And the fact that Brandy supports my dog and sends him loving messages on a regular basis is like a plus for me. So those 4 people, Amanda, Paula, Jessica, and Brandy, I think you should watch them too. And then on content levels, I would say my girl Cherise, hands down. I fucking love you. I talk to her on a regular basis. She's my girl. I love her. I think she's one of those people, I'm not a Jeffree Star supporter, but she's one of those people who makes me, oh my god, there's that thing watching, oh, it's on my leg. But she's one of those people who can make me want to actually buy Jeffree Star products, so just be careful. If you're not a Jeffree Star supporter, she'll show you fun things to do with his products that you'll be like, I kind of want to buy that. Annette's Beauty Corner, Annette's Makeup Corner. I'm sorry, honey. I just know that your looks you create, she's very good with color. She's very good at looking at color and putting things together that you wouldn't normally think of. And another person on top of that would be Butte Bean, who's also very good at that, at putting things together. Both of them are great on trying indie brands, so you don't have to worry about supporting mainstream Sephora brands or whatnot. Like, they explore all your options, and both of them have wicked ass talent and a wicked eye for color. And who do I last want to support? I would say Teresa is Dead and Poplux or Nady. Oh my god, the sass level on both of them. I fucking live for it. Nady posted the other day on Twitter about potentially joining DragCon next year, and I was like, I will happily like volunteer to help you run your booth. And he said yes, so I'm holding you to that. Margaritas and pizza afterwards. Yeah, holding you to that. It's never gonna, I shouldn't say never gonna happen, but it's out there in the universe. It may happen, but it's probably not gonna happen. But I also support those people. And on Nady's side, Nady also has the brand of Poplux, and the customer service on that is like fucking phenomenal. That's all I'm gonna say. So let me see if I can recap everybody. Alyssa, you better join YouTube. Paula, Brandy, Jessica, and Amanda, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for being a good influence on this community. Jessica, congratulations on your 2-year no-buy. We all do what we need to do, and if that's in your books, definitely look to her because she's very inspiring in that way. But the other 3 I think are great. Also, if you want more project panning kind of influence, the 4 of them are great. I think you have to subscribe to them as a whole. Don't just subscribe to one, subscribe to all of them. Then after that, I said Butte Bean and Annette because they're just amazing with color. Very artistic, very talented, and I definitely think they deserve a wider platform than what they have. And then Nady and Teresa, I fucking love it. Sassy, honest, still talented people, very entertaining people. I think you would love all of them. I know you would love all of them. That's that. Shout out to 2 Canadians at the very end. Carissa Pukas. I'm not a very holistic person. She's more on the holistic sense than I am. But I think she gives a different perspective that at least makes you think and kind of be like, okay, that's another option. I love her for that. And Samantha Ravndal is just, again, talented. She used to work for MAC. I do believe she went to beauty school as well. She used to run Battle Lash Beauty, when YouTube and Instagram first started. Very talented as well. Love them both. Those are everybody I recommend. Everybody will be linked down below. If you're one of the first few people watching this video, they may not be linked down below. Give me a little bit to kind of like sort that all out. I like to publish my videos first and then kind of like fine tweak everything afterwards, but they will eventually be listed down below. I think you'll love them all. Let me know if you check them out and what your thoughts are. Let me know your thoughts on any of the topics that we touched on, and most importantly, leave Alyssa some encouraging comments down below that this space is big enough for all of us and she better join. That's it. Thank you to everybody else who's watching. Thank you to Living in Chrysalis for always being supportive, always commenting. Goldworks always comments. I see you from New Zealand. Used to live in New Zealand, so shout out to you. Yeah, that's it. I think I'm done. I think I finally got some of my rambliness out. My words seem to be coming out a little bit more streamlined now. So that's that. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for putting up with my vision of going everywhere instead of here. And yeah, I've got some fun videos about boob mask and sheet mask coming up, and now that I put that on the internet, it has to happen, so that means I have to go film it. So thanks guys. Thank you for keeping me accountable. Thank you for being positive, and thank you for supporting other small artists and exploring what else there is on the internet instead of just putting up with the mainstream stuff that is prompted in your face. So that's that. I will see you guys next time. Leave all your love and support for me, for anybody, for your... You know what? If you need to toot your own horn, do it down below. I will give it a thumbs up. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.